hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
What is going on, Entertainment Hotel? I'm coming to y'all with another video. So we talking of Housewives, okay? Now, this episode was one of the best episodes in a minute. This was a really good episode because it gave us like old school Housewives type of deal. So I was really here for it. The beginning starts off with we see Phaedra and Cynthia and Adrian sitting down. If y'all don't know, the girls love them some Adrian because Adrian got connects. Adrian is a very rich woman. I'm not saying that's the reason why they're only friends with her, but it does help. You know what I'm saying? She has a lot of connects and she's very successful on her own. At one point, she even owned a like freaking sports team. Like the Malou family is really infamous. So that Phaedra and that Cynthia, them aligning themselves with her, man, these girls, let me tell y'all something. Some of these Atlanta girls play chess. They do not play checkers, okay? And Phaedra is a big one that plays that chess. Now, Adrian looks a little bit different, okay? Does give a little lioness type of eyes, but I've always liked Adrian. I watch Beverly Hills Housewives. I know some of y'all don't. And I've always liked Adrian, okay? Because she's a straight shooter and she don't kind of pussyfoot around situations. So I always liked her. So Cynthia is pushing out this whole tequila line situation. So she decides to get a cash trip together in Dallas, Texas, okay, and have all the girls come along with her. The first day, though, she is planning like a dynasty type of meetup slash event. So that's what they were supposed to be dressed up as Dynasty. Now I've never watched Dynasty, but I've seen the clips and I'm really good when it comes to themes. So I would have been able to hit the mark when it comes to that. The problem is a lot of these girlies, they don't care about anything that's not of their era and or generation. So it was kind of sad to see them not know what the heck Dynasty was because I never even watched that a day in my life, but I knew exactly what it was. So all the women get there. Phaedra and Portia did the Dynasty theme. Some of the girls didn't know what it was. It's Shamia. Shame on you. And you work in media and you didn't know what that was. That gagged the heck out of me. So they get on the plane on the PJ on the way to Dallas. Mind you, this is something I wanted to say. That confessional look, I'm gonna bring it up again. K Michelle looks so good in that confessional look that cowboy hat. I mean, my God, Beyonce is somewhere taking notes in a crystallized ball because that look is so sickening. It's not even funny. Like that gray, oh my God, she just looks so good. Pinky, please stop talking about your financial situation. We've heard enough. At this point, I low-key feel like she's starting to make it her personality, and it's going to backfire on her because the women are gonna throw it, much like in this episode, right in your face. Because all we hear from you is bankruptcy, bankruptcy. I'm broke, bankruptcy, bankruptcy, broke, bankruptcy. Like at this point, we get it. Now we all know we're watching an edited show, but you must have talked about it a lot for that, all for what we have seen from you for all of these episodes that have aired. She needs to be very careful of that because once that seeps and once that's, all said and done, then what? Then you become boring. You get what I'm saying? Then you become uninteresting. So it's so important when I watch Housewives, I'm always like looking at storylines. You have to be kind of wholesome with everything going on when it comes to your storyline because if you are pin focused on one thing, once that one thing is done, you're gonna be in trouble and you're gonna be in limbo. Okay. So they get to K Michelle or whatever. She's talking about how she don't have a prenup and her husband and her he does not have a social media as well. And how he's not able to be found. She wishes he had a social media because that way she could catch him cheating. I ain't gonna lie, I wish I could run across somebody in this generation without an Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and all that. That is so rare and that is so like unheard of. She should be thanking and praying God for something like that. Because you're not gonna find no nigga without an Instagram. They're gonna have an Instagram. They're gonna have a spam. They're gonna have something. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna have something. And she says she's a big believer in all men cheat. I am another believer of that as well. I don't care nobody says gay, straight, bi, try. They all dipping it and doing it. Zipping it and doing it. Okay. I'm zipping it. I'm zipping it and doing it. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. They're all dipping it and doing it well. Some hide it more than others, and some never get caught. Some get caught. That's just how I feel about it. Some people don't agree with that, but I do agree with it. Okay, I don't care what nobody says. So on the bus, they get on the subject of Black, which is Drew's unclaimed boyfriend. She doesn't want to claim him as a boyfriend, but she dating him low key, but not really dating him. K Michelle goes, "Oh, because she mentions how she knows Black, and she's like, oh, I don't know him." She then calls uh Drew a freaking bimbo. That's the K Michelle needs to really be careful. I'm telling you, like this season, by the end of the season, I feel like it's gonna go really bad for her. Because what Drew said is true. If you say hello, hey, and then the guy responds back and say, hey my love, you know what I'm saying? That is given to y'all are familiar with each other. Drew didn't say you screwed the man now. You get what I'm saying? Like, not too much. I just didn't like how you could tell K Michelle was being a little like standoffish when it comes to that. I get the whole you know of somebody you don't know them personally, but you get what she was trying to say. She didn't say she wasn't trying to insinuate that he done had your cat. All right. So it's just like that's a little too much. I've just felt like she was being very dramatic. Once again, I love Kim Michelle, but it sounded like to me she was being very dramatic again in this situation. So they get to the houses, emphasis on the houses. The houses are beautiful. Let me tell y'all something. This episode irritated me a little bit because the ungratefulness is far too much. Y'all act like Cynthia put y'all in the middle of the hood. Did you girls not watch last season of Potomac? I think they were filming when it was still airing because last season they were put in houses with no water and no heat and some more BS and got lost in some more stuff. And they put y'all in your own exclusive houses. And just because the sheets were not that clean, y'all making a big to do. Kelly, I officially starting to see what some of y'all was saying about her. No shade. She has a nasty attitude. I guess she's going through stuff, but it's like the way that she was acting so privileged, as if like she needs to have the red carpet rolled out for her. Like this is her ninth or 10th season is crazy. Cynthia better than me because you, the way I would have read them for Filth because it's like, girl, first of all, this is my platform. It would be mine straight up. So you're not gonna come up here. I made a mistake. Oh well, I'm apologizing for it and think you finna just keep talking. Bitch, I'm finna get you together. You get what I'm saying? Cynthia to me was a little too nice for my liking. She should have written them for filth because it was too dramatic. There was about three houses. There was a main house, there was a pool house, and there was like it's called like a side house. They gave the side house to Pinky. They gave the pool house to Shamia and freaking Kelly. And then the main house people, all the rest had to fight and like find their rooms and stuff, right? I do think the mistake Cynthia made, since Kelly and Shamia are such brats, especially Kelly, they should have brought and given Portia and Phaedra the pool house and made Shamia and Kelly go to the main house. That's the mistake I feel like she should have made, just so that way they ain't gonna say nothing. Cause I don't think freaking Frat would have complained. They done been through so many cash trips. They done been worse cash trip situations than a room and a couple sheets being dirty. And Portia wouldn't have made that big deal out of it, child. Simon damn near ripped her of all of her finances, child. Dirty sheets ain't gonna ruffle her feathers anytime soon. It just baffled me how Kelly was doing the most, and you're literally going through hell and back. You would think something so minuscule would not bother her so much, but she made it like a big to do, as if that's like the worst thing that has happened to her in years. Girl, your BD low key threatened to unalive you in court. You get what I'm saying? And you making a big deal about some sheets. Are you serious? Come on now. Like, I just feel like they're a little bit better than that. And for them being a Black franchise, it just sucks because like we're always made to look like the poor and the nasty ones. It just irritates me because the Beverly Hills and the white franchises, they never like stoop that low to make each other look bad in regards to like accommodations. But it's always us as Black franchises that love to do that to each other. It's sad. Now, I will say, I don't think nobody deserves to sleep in a dirty house in a filthy house. So I'm gonna go there, right? But I do feel as if there's a way to approach situations, especially if somebody has apologized. Child, y'all better be glad Angel was not a part of this season and this show and this franchise because she would have made y'all went through it. Okay? Because at least Cynthia was very quickly accommodating to it. Angel was lost. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, so we see Shamia and Kelly sitting by the pool. So Angela joins them, and then they start to get on the topic of like the house and everything that's going on. And she calls Kelly calls Phaedra and Portia freaking whack. Like they're all both of them are whack or whatever. And she says that Portia been whack. I am on Kelly's side when it comes to her beef with Portia because Portia, to me, you cannot accuse somebody of sleeping with a married man with proof that you quote unquote have. Because the next episode, this why I don't like sometimes when it comes to Portia. She just be saying just the craziest allegations out of nowhere. She used to do it to Candy all the damn time. Talk about, oh, you tried to eat my punani and all that stuff. Now Kelly tried to finger pop you. Really, girl? And you just now saying it? That's the stuff I be talking about when it comes to Portia. It's just it's always like a big gag moment. It's like a big scheme. Like now she trying to finger pop you, and you saying it months and all this season later. Please, Portia, like that's that stuff that be getting on my nerves. So it's like I'm Team Kelly when it comes to that. Because if you accuse me of sleeping with a married man, and you know I'm not, and you lying on me, and you have, no. It's always gonna be forever f you. So Kelly's basically saying, oh, now that she said that to Angela gonna go back to the main house and basically gossip. And then they kind of show the chefs or whatever cooking, and the chefs were cooking in the outhouse. So the chefs were basically cooking out in the outhouse, and I guess taking it to the main house to feed them and stuff like that. So the house probably smell of grease, girl, fish grease, hot oil. Mind you, the sheets is dirty. So it's just like, I could get why they were frustrated. Don't get me wrong. So Cynthia decided to do this dinner. All the girls start getting together, whatever. And Kay is one of the people that can't attend because of her glam. Now, Kay Michelle, I'm gonna have to get you together real quick, like Nene be saying, because she said, "Oh, I cannot do nothing without my glam. I don't know how to beat my face, curl my hair, and all that." So, what were you doing before Love and Hip Hop, Kay Michelle? You mean to tell me you had a glam team with you to and fro on that amount of budget you had before you made it big? Girl, bye. That's the stuff I'll be talking about. The girls make it to a certain point and they act very grand in in the light of inconveniences. We're not asking you to not ever have glam for the rest of the show, but for this one little dinner, you mean to tell me that you couldn't put on a little light beat real quick, a cowboy hat, some shades, and call it a day? Girl, bye. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the girls this episode were acting very grand, very grandiose. The only person I feel like that had the right to act grandiose is Shamia, because she actually lives a grandiose lifestyle. There's G. K Michelle does too, don't get me wrong, but that comment I threw me because I'm like, girl, like you are not the reach. Like, just like, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Really? That's one dinner. And mind you, K Michelle looked amazing without even a beat. So it's not like she's an ugly person where she looks hideous that she needed glam for the dinner. So that's what kind of like it threw me. But Shamia and Kelly did not go as well because their room was dirty, quote unquote, and they didn't feel the need to change out their clothes, which I'm not mad at it, especially if you get a chance to shower and kind of like decompress. Why would you want to go out, not on the town type ish? So it's like, I kind of get it. Like, it makes sense. So Kelly at one point in the episode starts to vent about her ex. So what happened was her ex, you guys, Mark, he ended up doing a press conference in 2025 outside the Rockdale County Courthouse to protest like the divorce and the portrayal on his show. He also announced around that time that he's planning on suing Bravo, NBC, all the court officials and all that. So this was around the time frame that was going on. So that's why she like had that breakdown that she did. That's pretty much probably why she was acting why she was acting the way that she was that episode. So that's why it's like not too much on her, but I still didn't like her behavior. But I get it. Okay. Like I actually do get why, because I don't care what nobody says. That ex of hers, hmm, I didn't even agree with Tasha K interviewing him because he threatens to unalive her in the courthouse. Somebody who's willing to do that mentally, they're not there. Okay. They're not there. Mind you, we saw last season that people of Kelly's were trying to have him be in the kid's life, and guess what? He was refusing. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like it's interesting to see how it all works. And this is why Kelly had the breakdown that she did, because Usually, when you're not able to show your kids a lot more of your personal life, you're usually demoted and you're usually not stayed on the show long because you're not able to show your personal life. For example, Brandy Glanville, she was not able to show her kids on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So she did good for a few seasons, of course. But then after a while, it's like all we got to see of her is the ratchet stuff, and we weren't able to see her personal story, which didn't help her out. And then she ended up getting kicked off. Mind you, most of it was due to her behavior, but her not being able to show her personal story, I don't think helped either. Okay. Now Pinky is at the main house. She basically telling Cynthia how Shamia and Kelly's house is dirty, how she gonna give up her house so that way they could sleep in there. She gonna room with Cynthia, K Michelle. I said, y'all finna share a bed. K Michelle, you just said, everything was too small and stuff. You girl, you finna run. I don't know about all that now. Okay, I'm just saying. So Pinky though was acting a very much aggressive. I don't care what y'all say. Pinky doing a great job. She saw a personal story. And another thing too that she's doing, she don't say stuff just in a confessional. She's not a confessional gangster. She just needs to stop talking about her damn bankruptcy every 2 seconds. But she not a confessional gangster. She say what she gotta say in the scene. And I appreciate a girly like that. All right, so Cynthia goes and checks on Kelly and freaking Shami and all of that. And basically she tells them sorry, she's gonna accommodate them. Here comes Shamia. Oh, you wouldn't do that intentionally, right? Shamia, you act like you just meeting Cynthia. You've been around Cynthia for years. Why would she intentionally put you into something dirty? That don't even make no goddamn sense. Like, that's the idiotic stuff I be talking about. Like, why was Cynthia not even that type of girl? She never has been that bold to be purposefully mean to people that have done nothing to her. Kenya has left. Kenya would do something like that. Now, Cynthia ain't finna do nothing like that. Like, I couldn't believe she asked her something like that. Like, Cynthia not even that type of person. Like, that really irritating when she asked her that, as if she doesn't know her. Like, Shamia got around Kelly and she had like she don't know half of these girls no more. She had like she don't know Drew, she don't know Portia. You feel me? She don't know Phaedra. Like, goddamn, you been around these girls for damn near over 5 years now at this point. So, Cynthia damn near 10, if we're gonna be honest. So Cynthia goes back, but then an argument ensues. This argument was the closest we're gonna get to Puerto-Rico. That happened on season 7. So Angela's like, hey, like, I ain't gonna lie, and Pinky, you be sitting on 10. You come across as a little bothered. Pinky's like, bother. I never come across as bothered by you. Why would I have to be bothered by you? You have nothing that I would be intimidated by or bothered by, right? Pinky and Angela start reading the hell out of each other. They start talking about each other teeth. We almost got an over yonder bite moment, a la Married to Medicine. You have an overbite and an underbite. I call it an over yonder bite. We got one of those. I couldn't believe it. Y'all, when I tell y'all that was such a key, because we don't really see good reads no more. We so used to see scrapping on TV now. So to see girls reading each other from the rooter to the tutor, I gagged. It was funny to me. I laughed very much hard. Okay. She called her Papa Smurf. Pinky was just like, your husband don't even like you. You know what I'm saying? And then here comes Pinky. Yeah, but I'm very rich. My husband makes a lot of money. My whole thing is, Pinky, you can't be bragging on that if you're not able to have your husband help you when you are in need. Your husband being rich and you're not benefiting from that has nothing of value, in my opinion. No shade. What the hell am I with somebody that's rich and lavish if I'm down and out and we supposed to be in a relationship and you can't look out for me real quick? Well, it was really Pinky that's not allowing her husband to look out for her real quick. You get what I'm saying? So here comes Pinky. I could have bought your foreclosed houses. So that she's like, how much should you do owe to the foreclosures? She's like, nothing. Pinky's just like, so Andrew's just like, oh yeah, but I could throw a rock and hit 10 of your employees that you owe. That to me was the best line. When I tell y'all that Angela is the best thing that could have happened to the show. She said I could throw a rock and hit 10 people that you owe. I don't think y'all realize how much of an intricate read that is. Shout out to Angela. 10 points for Angela. To me, Angela won the reading war because Pinky, what you was finna get off and walk off like an idiot, you should have sat your ass down and kept reading. Like Drew said, I don't know what you thought you was gonna do. In the words of Gia Gunn, what you thought you were gonna do isn't what you intended to do. That did not go over well, in my opinion. Okay. Uh, Shamia and the girls end up coming up, and why K Michelle was like, "Oh, I'm not sitting down" or something. K Michelle, like Portia said on that interview, and I hate that I'm giving Portia credit. She was right. K Michelle's not doing the show right, straight up. Cause why you acting a little bit better then? Girl, you was just on Love Hip Hop some years ago. Please, I know we all grow as people, but like these girls are not out here throwing drinks and slapping each other upside the head. They just reading, girl. It's gonna be okay. Trust me, they do a lot more worse on other franchises. We just get criticized more because we're black. All right. And that kind of is the episode, y'all. I do think that Pinky does have an aggressive manner and demeanor. Do I think she's a nasty person? No. I just think she has a masculine energy. That is what she said on the show. She even said her husband knows that she has a masculine energy, and that kind of attracts her because it challenges him. She does have a masculine energy. She comes across as like a lightweight stud, no shade. But I see through it. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't think she's a nasty person either. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below. And we're out, babies.